people? Welcome back to the First and Tuna podcast. I'm your host, Big Tuna, and I hope you enjoy my NPR voice as we jump into today's episode. Very, very simple, very straightforward. This is a positive, an overly positive. Those who don't like the positivity will call it a homer or a ignorant episode. But we're going to stay positive because we're at the bye week. Bye week means there's no game. No game means no bad things can happen. And since we're at the quarter point of the season, there's been a lot of focus on what's wrong with the team sitting at 1-4. It makes fans concerned. Players aren't happy. Coaches aren't happy because they're not performing as well as they'd like to be. So rather than just focus on, okay, what do they need to fix over the break? Because there's plenty of stuff out there like that. We'll look into a little bit of that today in our intro yap session before we jump into the All-22. That's going to include highlighting some things coming out from Jourdan Rodrigue. She's the beat writer for the Los Angeles Rams. Highlighting some things from RAMS Brothers, who do great content on their channel. Make sure you're checking out all their stuff. Handle Jim Youngblood as well. Not the actual player. He's just a fan of Jim Youngblood, but he does a great work on Twitter or X regarding clips of the Rams and other teams as well. And all 22, what we're focusing on is stacking, building blocks, things that the Rams are actually doing well, whether it's not coming to fruition in yards or touchdowns or wins, but there's good stuff there. You can see what they're trying to do, things that they're definitely or most likely going to keep as part of their process moving forward when they start getting guys back from injury. Or if some of these guys can get better week after week, which some of them really are. We'll look at some of that stuff, what those things are, and what we're excited about as the rest of 2024 comes to fruition. Reason for that, just honestly, plain and simple. You can hop on Twitter, you can hop on anybody else's channel, and the focus is going to be what's going wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that, because us as nerds on the internet, we want our team to do well, and you as the fans too. Like, you want your team to do well. And so you're going to hyper focus on the things that are going terribly. Name and point. A lot of people are pointing at Reader and Roseboom, myself included. And so I can sit here and beat the dead horse, or we can take a twist on that. Like, hey, there are a lot of things going well. Before we jump into the full yap session, though, make sure you guys are please liking, subscribing, hitting whatever buttons you're supposed to here on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you're watching this. It helps me out, lets me know that we're putting out something decent for you folks, and we'll just keep a push from there. Thanks to everybody that has so far. Love you. One of those first updates coming from Sean McVay through Jourdan Rodrigue. If you are not following Jourdan and you're a Rams fan, you're doing yourself a disservice. The actual voice of Rams news, for me, it's not official until Jourdan says something about it. Just because she's in the building, she puts out great content, and she's always writing with what I consider journalistic integrity that a lot of folks are missing, because it's all about clicks these days, and I understand you got to make your money, but Jourdan's able to do that and have journalistic integrity, so it's coming out of good faith from her, and it's super awesome. One thing that hit me hard this week was, no major injuries except for Jordan Whittington. Hurt his shoulder, shouldn't impact availability, which is great, but it's his first part here. Stafford's been hit 40 times so far this season. It's the third most in the NFL, according to True Media, and 16 of those hits were sacked. So through 5 games, he's been sacked 16 times, a little over 3 sacks a game. Do the math. Kind of an understood, an unfortunate, expected byproduct when you're missing 2 linemen, when you're having to shuffle guys around. You've got backup starting in the interior, and a majority of the pressures are coming from the interior. Bo Limmer, Logan Bruss. The rest of the guys haven't been perfect either. Kevin Dotson's given up. And I think his shortcomings come from, hey, I'm operating next to a center I don't have the most reps with, so there's a lot of miscommunications. Myself and other independents have shown these, and it's going to get better. It has gotten better. You see flashes of it, and we'll talk about some of those flashes today. The fact that they're in games, as closely as they have been, minus the Arizona game, super it's good. You actually have things to root for, but it's honestly surprising, knowing how not up to par the offensive line has been, and the fact they're still in games. That Packers game is tough to watch for Rams fans. We broke it down, but you're still there. You have the ball 40 yards away with a minute left, and potentially can go win the game. That is the Matthew Stafford effect. I hinted at Rams Bros earlier. Shout out to the Rams brothers. When you're looking for, everyone like has their favorite, like independence. It's like local coverage. It's homegrown. You can find a voice based on what you like, whether you like someone just grilling and just contrarian takes on the team, or someone who's just going to cover it, give an opinion, and it's not like harsh. It's just, yapping about it like I am. Rams brothers are like the flagship when it comes to independence on YouTube in terms of daily content. This tweet stood out to me. Rams starting inside linebackers coming out of the bye. You got Omar Spates and Devin White, who has been a talk of conversation since getting released from the Eagles. This goes along with the conversation of Christian Roseboom and Troy Reader not being highly graded in PFF. They stand out a lot when it comes to rewatching the game or just watching the game as it's happening. You see a lot of missed tackles. You see a lot of poor run fits, a lot of ineffectiveness when it comes to blitzing from depth. It's like, dude, like getting rid of Ernest Jones, like, all right, cool, we'll deal with what we can as a fan base. But it's like, we've seen this through 5 weeks. Will there be a change? People are hoping for it. Rams bros say it perfectly, so we'll see. I don't think Devin White is an answer. I think, I don't know. I think Omar Spates is a good start. Devin White coming in, if anything, it could inject some competition in there, put some fire under the ass of some of the guys that are in the building. But apart from like him being a savior, does great things. In Tampa a few years ago, but he's not at that same caliber. Doesn't seem like from people I'm seeing like Jim Youngblood. He's had a few good posts, just showing like, hey, he shows flashes. He does some good things. Still inconsistent. His PFF grade also wasn't great. I myself am not one who really takes PFF very strongly. Not a big fan of it, but it's there to help in cases like that. Again, if you're not following Rams Bros, please do so, as well as like any other independent that you find that their voice is great. Follow them. It's a lot of fucking good stuff out there. And I do emphasize that point of you guys following and really appreciating, like I do, the other content creators and the beat writers for the Rams. We're in a very good space right now when it comes to, options as Rams fans, just because of the diligence of people like Jourdan, like the Rams Bros, like countless others who do the daily stuff. Like I can't do daily because that is a lot to stomach. I don't have the heart for it. That's tough. It's a lot. I like the niche that I'm in particular Jourdan, compared to other beat writers for other teams who seem to take on, depending on their employment, right? Like you can cover the Rams, but be employed by ESPN, be employed by Sports Illustrated. One case in point, up in Santa Clara, covering the Niners, there's a gentleman named Grant Cohn, who's employed by Sports Illustrated. He seems to take a contrarian approach when it comes to Shanahan, when it comes to a lot of decisions, and he thrives in that area where if they're not doing well, his voice is going to be heard, which there's healthy debate for that. Like you don't always just want someone who's going to just take the coach's side, and like fans don't really want that all the time. But it can put you at the center, like it is right now, of some potential drama when it comes to your opinions, how strong they are in reaction from players, because you got to interact with these guys. The reason why this is coming up even stronger, this is kind of general news for the NFL. The NFLPA is pushing to get rid of the in locker room interviews and conversations that media has access to. I've always been weirded out by it, just because like I'm trying to think, getting off of work, trying to change and shower, and you just got like 5 or 6 people asking you questions, and it's not just uncomfortable for the player, it's uncomfortable for the media members, I have to imagine. The fact that it still happens in 2024 is mind-boggling to me. As a former player, like collegiately, I've always looked at the locker room as like a sanctuary. It's a safe space. It's where you can get away from the outside noise. Doesn't matter because it's you and your brothers. It's you and your team. I understand this is the entertainment business, but I personally don't see an issue with like finding a middle ground, moving it outside. Like, hey, wait 10 minutes, schedule out how many players are talking at what points, and just literally outside the doors and put it in the hallway or wherever it needs to be. All right, jumping into the all 22. What I have for you today is a good mix. We got some offense, some things I'm seeing from Alaric Jackson, Kyron Williams, from Jourdan Winnington, some positive building blocks going on there. We can hyperfixate on the woes of the interior linemen. Everybody's doing that right now. Let's do something different. Let's take a step back. Yes, the team is 1-4, but there's some positives. Let's find those positives and what they're potentially going to build upon so we can be excited for the next 12 weeks, right? When it comes to the defensive side, yes, everyone's talking about the linebackers. There's other linebackers besides the middle guys, right? Byron Young showing a lot of good stuff. Like, it is exciting. If you just sit down on Sundays and watch number 0, you're gonna see some highlights and close highlights every single week. Kobe Turner is showing that he was learning some things from Aaron Donald. It's really exciting to see. And then Quentin Lake, former guest of this podcast, he's tackles leader for the Rams currently, playing 3 different positions: nickel, star, free safety. He's shown a lot of good things when it comes to instinct and communications and leadership. We're going to highlight and shout him out a little bit too. Let's jump into some All-22 in our weekly building blocks. Hey, cuties. All right, so starting off, I want to highlight some defense. Case in point, Mr. Byron Young. I got some plays here. Man, he's just getting better each week, doing some fun stuff. This play is early first quarter. Within the first minute of the game, we got crucial 3rd and 7 here. They're going to roll to what looks like cover 1 man, showing 5, bringing 4. Byron with a mean pass rush. I'm going to show you the end zone dude here in a second. Kobe Turner ends up getting the sack, but it's Byron Young's bull rush here on the side, which is like really sick. So, highlighting real quick, there's Mr. BY. He's going to take his guy. He's going to pretty much bring him all the way into Jordan Love. His lap, putting pressure. Kobe Turner, though, is the one that's going to ultimately get the sack here. Pressure here. Let's watch it. Boom. Love that. Just straight up bullying this guy all the way into the quarterback. I hope he got half a sack for that one. Another thing to highlight on here, even though Byron is the one we're focusing on, Turner gets the sack here, and he's the one that's he's the initiator on this 2-man stunt. Initiator, what we mean by that, he's the one that's gonna try to take up both blockers, so that way the person who's looping around Braden Fisk here can get free. You take a look here. Kobe Turner just kind of ping pongs his way. What's the word? Can't think of the word. But yeah, just bulldozes in. Just relentless. Really nice. Braden Fisk too. Like all 3. That's a positive play by all 3. Yeah, highlighting the positives here just because despite other issues on defense, it's really exciting watching a young, talented, and just aggressive defensive line getting after the quarterback like that. Okay, here's the big defensive touchdown that they had in the second quarter. 3rd and 12, Packers are backed up. What you're going to get here is a look like this. Essentially, you're going to have 3 blockers looking at this: left guard, left tackle, and the running back. Their job is to blitz or to pick up Byron Young. I believe this is Fisk again, and Kobe Turner. 3-on-3, which shouldn't be an issue, but based on who they pick up here, the slants here by the defensive lineman, the left tackle guesses wrong, along with the running back, leaving Byron Young completely free to hit Jordan Love in the backfield. Let's take a look. Another critique is, hey man, wrap them up. The end result is great because you're getting a touchdown. Yeah, they have 3-on-3, but they just guess wrong. And then right here, yeah, you honestly would love to see him wrap up. I'm not sure why he doesn't. But the pressure there, he's just so fast. It's pretty crazy. There he is on the right side. He's so quick. I don't think Jordan Love anticipates him getting there. The play design works perfectly in Byron's favor as well. 3rd and long, obvious pass situation, you're backed up. The last thing you want to do is make it harder for your punter if you don't pick up the first down. So rather than run it, you're going to pass, but they're going to sprint Jordan Love out. And the point of that is, 1, create some separation from a pass rush that you're expecting. And also, if you have to throw it away really quickly, like in this situation, you're already outside the pocket, you can dump it. The fact that as he's dropping his back foot, he's already about to get sacked by Byron Young catches him off guard, able to throw the ball away, and solid job on McCutcheon. He's sitting there for the touchdown. McCullough, sorry, not McCutcheon. All right, play 3 of Byron Young doing really cool stuff. Positives, man. Again, just more plays at a defensive line, stepping up when they need to help the defense get a stop. This is just before halftime. Rams are up 13-7. It's about 35 seconds left. Really got to get a stop, hold them just to a field goal. They end up getting a sack on this play. Byron Young with a really good bull rush again. Kobe Turner is going to work inside relentlessly and pick up the sack. Get a little weird motion here. Oof. Bang. Kobe Turner gets them. Play ends up being a fumble. So end zone duty for you guys. When Byron Young and Kobe Turner could just pin their ears back, it doesn't really matter what's happening on the back end. They're going to be able to get to the quarterback. Seeing stuff like this is really, really, really cool. Boom. Just pushes this guy all the way to him. Look at that. Where's that starting point? Starting point about right here. Initiates contact here. That's a good 3-4 yards. Pushes him all the way. even if Turner isn't here and doesn't get him, like that's hard. That's hard for Love to react and throw when you've got your own lineman trying to twerk on you right there. Turner though, let's see what he does to get open, get free. Little engage, little rip and dip. Oh, leaves this guy belly flopping down here. Look at that. Look at this. Ooh, little belly flop. Little flop to make you drop. I love it. Love to see it. Yeah, these guys with their ears are pinned back. It's super fun to watch. Switching up gears a little bit, your tackles leader through 5 weeks is Quentin Lake, captain of the defense. His first year as a captain, he's played 3 different positions, a little bit of nickel, a little bit of that star position that made popular with Raheem Morris last year. And he started at free safety next to Cam Curl this past week. Communication seemed to be better. Overall, defense did play better. Run fits still got to be fixed by the linebackers positions. But again, focusing on the positives, this guy up here brings a lot to the table for you. I can't emphasize that enough. On a play like this, ends up being incomplete. It's 1st and 15. It's crunch time. There's about 6 minutes left. The Rams are down by 11. Quentin Lake is going to react to the gentleman highlighted in red here. He's going to come in motion. He's going to attempt an RPO reception from Jourdan Love. Even if he makes that catch right there, Quentin Lake's there for an easy tackle. Again, can't emphasize this enough. 1st and 15. Little over 6 minutes to go. You're trailing by 11. If you don't get stops right here at this field position, like at the edge of field goal range, you're probably out of the game. Even if he caught this is a gain of 1, 2, or 3 yards. Set it up a second and long, 2nd and 12. That's phenomenal play right there. Another person I do want to highlight here as well, before we jump to another Quentin Lake play, Bobby Brown down here on the line. So Bobby Brown, like this is a play that just kind of will get swept under the rug. Nothing happened, incomplete. A lot of these plays don't get credit for the defensive line. But again, emphasizing how explosive and talented this defensive line is. And eventually a lot of these things are going to get home when the back end shores itself up. Like there's a double team that's going to be attempted here. And he splits it really quickly. That if they handed the ball off, he's blowing up this running back in the backfield. 95, Bobby Brown. Double team's going to come, splits it. RPO, run pass option. Jourdan Love decided to throw the ball instead of hand it off there. He hands it off instead. Jacobs is strong, good. Got a hand there. Bobby Brown recognizes, doesn't have the ball. So both guys are kind of taking the play off since the play is about to be done on the other side of the field. But just the fact that he's there through a double team, I'd argue that this is a tackle for loss. Bobby Brown is a large man. He's a very strong man. Again, shout out to Lake. Reacting so quickly on a play like this, that's something positive that the defense can build upon. I think moving him back there in safety really helped communication a lot. And him being a leading tackler, like when plays get missed, guy is there to clean up and make the tackle for you. Crunch time again. We got 1st and 10. This is like 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Rams are down by 5, and they just desperately need a stop. Like giving up first downs is going to just in the game for everybody. What you're going to get is a slant on the backside by this running back. Boom, boom. RPO by Jourdan Love. He's going to fake like he's going to hand off, and he's going to end up passing the ball here. But Mr. Kobe Turner is going to be smart. He's going to get his hands up. He's going to deflect the ball. Let's do a quick run through. Grab the sideline cam, and we'll switch to end zone cam and break it down a little slower. Boom. Yeah, based on that separation too. Okay, if this doesn't get batted, like this is easy first down, and if Akela doesn't make that tackle, that boy's running for a while. Oh boy, Turner's right here. Again, I'm gonna get this RPO, which means run pass option. He could have handed it off, or whatever, design weird play action thing. He throws off his back foot, gets deflected at the line. Yeah, even from this angle, that was gonna be at least a first down for Heath over there. I want to highlight two other guys in particular. One being Byron Young again, and actually Troy Reeder. I know we've spoken a lot of disregard for the middle linebackers, but since we're going to assume this truly is a run pass option. If they decided to run it, Jacobs' line of attack seems to be just off tackle here. What you're going to get out of Byron Young, which is nice to see. He's going to get inside tight end here, and Reeder is going to work to help with outside contain. I would argue that if this play did get handed off, I'll pause it right as you see the lane fits. If they handed this off, there's potential where this is run stuffed, just based on alignment here, because everyone here is working. Like, everyone here is working as if it's run. There's no one's taking the play off. The only person who didn't know it was going to be run is going to be Jourdan Love here and a wide receiver. Here's one run lane. Treat this like an alleyway. Byron Young's in the way. That's great run fit. He beat his blocker. Next lane would be outside here, right? But who's locked eyes with Jacobs? That's great. Troy Reeder actually filled. One issue I had last week and the weeks before, them just running sideline to sideline, right? Not anymore. He's getting downhill. Yes, he's moving laterally with the running back, but he's getting to the line of scrimmage. He's getting downhill. He's at least in position to make a play, because he's not gonna get anywhere here with Byron Young on the way. Most likely he's gonna try to extend this outside. Troy Reeder's at least here as a presence. That's all you want, that's the least you can do. They showed flashes of doing that a little bit better. You want to at least show progression. A lot of fans have been clamoring for their heads on a stake, on a pike, and man, just the fact that he was there to make a play, great. Just the defensive line just saved a lot of stuff this game. That's really cool to see how they're going to build upon this moving forward. All right, this is a crazy critical play. 3rd and 10 for this offense. They get a first down. Game might be over for the Rams. They do get one more drive after this, so this, like, you need a defensive stop here. And this is a crazy good example of a few things of progress from the defense. I'm gonna let the play run, and I'm gonna explain to you after why I love this so much. It's gonna be a deep pass down here at the bottom. It's broken up by D. Will, even though he gets beat initially. He gets the pass breakup. Defensive line does a good job. Deep pass down here, gets broken up, no PI. That's a great 3rd down stop. Rams get the ball back, even though they don't, complete the comeback. The fact that the defense gave them a chance, gave Matthew Stafford a chance to come back. Who made this play? Well, I have D-line highlighted at the bottom. Problem for the Packers offensive line here was Kobe Turner. Kobe Turner doesn't get to the quarterback. I'm not even sure if this play registered as a pressure, but because of his pressure here, Jourdan Love can't step into his throw. The ball is underthrown, allowing Darius Williams to be in position to make the pass breakup. You watch him here. If you missed it, I will slow it down one more time, and then we'll switch to offense. All right, slowing it down. Man, Kobe Turner, what he does is he is just relentless with his pressure. Just bounces off guys. It's really fun to see. Like, those remind you of Aaron Donald a little bit, which is like cool to see the understudy doing good things. But he's just so relentless in this pass rush here that he gets enough pressure, taking not just his blocker, but the running back help as well. You got the center passing off to a fresh guy, the right guard, and a running back. Turner is just relentless enough to body this guy up into Jourdan Love's throw. Look at this throw right here. This throw, he's not stepping into it as well. Just all shoulder. He's trying to get into it. Now the pass is underthrown. He had him beat. If he steps into this throw, this might be a touchdown up here. Unfortunately. But now the reason why I picked this play, people will pick out like, oh, D. Will got lucky. No. This is a very good defensive line. Are they needing some progress and things like, man, they're missing some tackles? Yeah. Jared versus Young, man. He's going to fix that. Byron Young is only in his second year. He has limited experience in collegiate as well, if you know his story. He's growing every single day. Kobe Turner, only in his second year, doing stuff like this. This is a good, young, healthy group. And if they can get going like this more consistently, and Shula can draw up more exotic looks that confuse good quarterbacks rather than just sitting back in like a vanilla looking 2 high safety, 2 middle linebacker, bring more people at the line, just make good quarterbacks guess, you're going to end up with results like this. I loved seeing this. This whole play right here was a building block because this is crucial. Like, a young defense that's been struggling all year could have packed it in and not done well. Team captain said, nah, not on my watch. Gets in the way. Like, stuff like this doesn't show up in like immediately on a stat sheet, but these are winning plays. Like, this is shit that you want your team to build upon, man. Take a look at some offense. For reference, the first play here, if you've been watching every Rams game, you're getting really familiar with this concept. Some sort of motion of a receiver inside the box and lead blocking, leading to a lot of Kyren Williams touchdowns. So that's the first positive. Kyren Williams knows how to fucking score the ball. And wide receivers are not afraid. Like, this is a rookie. This is was it fifth round rookie. Not afraid whatsoever to go in motion, go block this guy here. He did this against, I believe, San Francisco as well. Same result. This is a rookie, man. So rookies are generally going to be undersized. He's a receiver, so probably shouldn't be in the box. In there, lead blocking. This is good on his guy. Kyren Williams deals with the other two, getting in. Really fun to see. So that's a setup play. The next play is like a wrinkle on that. So I know a lot of people are getting tired of hearing how much of a genius McVay is. But this is why he gets the credit. Something as simple as like a little wrinkle here. Wrinkle meaning taking just something basic and just changing it slightly, causing a small little variation to get to something that's just tried true and works, but just looks different. Gets guys open. Very, very good at this. The concept here, you're going to get similar motion again from Jordan Whittington up top after they just drill this over and over. He's going to motion. He's going to show that he's going to run fit. You're going to get a play action here, and he's just going to be wide open here for a 31-yard gain. Motion, play action. If you missed it, let's run it back one more time at the end of the play here. Play is getting ready to snap, and he's going to move up here as if he's going to block somebody here in the middle. This defense is going to bite on it because that's what they've been doing. That's all they've been showing on film over and over and over again. So as he gets up there, everyone just gets sucked up. It's sucked up by Matthew Stafford. Pause. No, watch the linebackers. This is what play action does. This is what happens when you show a defense something over and over again, and then changing it dramatically on them, while making it all look the same. Because of the run, just assumption. Everyone's here at the line of scrimmage. Whittington just kind of sneaks out. He's just wide alone. He's just nobody there. And the reason why I love this, and it's so fun. One, it's a big game. Two, they're doing this with rookies, with a lot of backups. Guys who, when they started the season, were wide receivers 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now imagine guys like Puka Nacua, For Cup doing this as the season goes on, like, this offense is going to be really, like, it already is kind of fun when things get to work. The building blocks are here where they're going to be able to keep doing a lot of fun stuff as long as guys stay on track to get healthy. And these rookies can keep developing. These guys are going to keep getting better. So I love seeing plays like this. Next on the offense, I just want to highlight positives on the O-line. There were some good flashes from some stunt pickups, some blitz pickups, but they didn't come as consistent enough for the entire line outside of Alaric Jackson. Alaric Jackson, I guess PFF was great. I'm super high the last 2 weeks. Again, I'm not super high on PFF, but it did make me go back and watch him. He does a lot of really, really good stuff. Like this play here, he just basically just bully number 90 here, just throw him out of the way. Yep, you're not part of the play anymore. It's ended up being a big play to Tutu Atwell down the middle. Here we go. This is down in the red zone. Even on plays that don't end up working out, right? We're not worried about that. We're just worried about building blocks. Alaric Jackson, you just want your guy to be a wall for you. Stafford's going to have more time in the pocket here on this play. Some good blocking, especially here from Alaric Jackson. Again, taking 90, just completely stopping a bull rush attempt. One more time. Look at this. Gauge here. Nah. That's a clean pocket. Stafford's never worried. That's just a bad ball on Stafford. Gotta clean it up a little bit, obviously, but nice knowing your left tackle's got your back there. Here we go again, back-to-back plays. This is the 4th down. We just saw Alaric Jackson just take 90, just make him obsolete on this bull rush. Let's see what he does on the following play. 4th down. Another man-to-man here. Gives him all the time in the world. I don't like him touching Stafford after the play. But right here. Great technique, good base, good crossover, and just fight. Good fight there. Some more Alaric Jackson here. To highlight him here. I'm also going to highlight Kyren Williams, and it's going to transition us to our next topic here on the offense. The Packers were doing a lot of this. A lot of showing double A gap because they were coming with this really, really wide set at the front. And a lot of times, they were just going to bring up Kyren Williams right into the A gap. You don't see it a lot. Somebody I was sitting next to in the crowd himself, I was kind of confused. They're like, what is this formation? It's literally just forfeiting, saying, hey, we're not running it. We are passing it. We want our guy right here to help out the center and the guard, who we think is going to blitz. His job is just mano-a-mano. And then Alaric Jackson here on the side, doing really, really well with his block, just eating a bull rush here by 90 yet again. Just eats it, man. He does a lot of good plays like this where, like, I think his demeanor, it makes it look really casual. But this bull rush from 90, it's no joke. Like, it's a large man coming at you. Points out he's coming to get him. I want you to watch Alaric Jackson sit down on this bull rush here. Sits. Great reset on the feet, man. You know, it's a short pass, you know. Stafford felt the blitz, got it out for a good gain. That's set up by not letting a free guy just run at you. Jackson on the backside there. Here's another example, like that last play of them repositioning him right in the A gap. Because look at the defense. Again, these two guys are sitting up in the A gaps. This is the counter to that. We're just gonna go ahead. We're just gonna put you up right up here. My building block here, my point of emphasis is Kyren Williams is willing to just do the dirty work. Like, he's given up a lot of size to Quay Walker. I think Quay Walker's like 6'3", 220, 230. Kyren is all of 5'9", 5'10", 2 something maybe. It's a lot of size. The willingness just to squat down, not shy away from it, eat it. That shit right there earns you a payday. Like, I don't care if he's doesn't score a touchdown the rest of the season. If he's due a contract at the end of the year, that shit gets you paid, and that's how you stay in the league for a long time. That is selfless football. That's just straight up, my guy needs time. That's one of my favorite plays of Kyren's, man. That's probably the Stafford's too, because it keeps him safe. My point of emphasis of Kyren Williams, just willingness to just get dirty when it comes to blocking. You need a play action here. The play ends up being incomplete, but the fact he's willing to take on just Guy's looking twice his size. And that's a legitimate block, man. That's the play is incomplete. Missed a PI because he grabbed Tutu's arm early. But that's a full block. That's not just a little chip. That's a full stay away from my quarterback. Aaron just constantly willing to get in there and make plays like this, man. Pay this man. And to cap off our video of positivity here, the red zone woes people talk about the last few weeks, not blown out of proportion. Obviously, he has some struggles. There's definitely some reasons for that. Mix of interior linemen having, being played by backups, and you're missing your starting receivers as well, who have better timing between the hashes or between that middle of the field when it comes to a lot of the choice routes the Rams like to run. So you struggle with having play action passes work as well until you have a big drive like they just had. Everything worked. Play action is able to work this well, and a guy slipping. But Demarcus Robinson had leverage. He beats this guy up top here. Oof. Oh, good heavens. I don't think I saw that before now. Demarcus Robinson had, oh boy, doing bear crawls over here. That's something to end a positivity on. Love that. Look, these are things I'm going to keep building on. This team is going to keep getting better. I'm excited. Enjoy your bye week. Again, if you're feeling down, feeling low, I hope coming to First and Tuna today brought your hopes up. You feel better as the Rams will get ready to play the Raiders outside of the bye week. For your weekly dose of all 22 breakdown of the Los Angeles Rams, I am Big Tuna. Thank you for checking out the First and Tuna podcast. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, press the buttons, share with someone and tell them I'm a complete bumbling fool and I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever it is, let me know how you feel. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Love you guys. Bye.